Let me show you what's going on in the richest nation in the world. Children shiver in unheated classrooms while Maryland's governor plays the blame game. Baltimore schools had to close because classrooms were too cold for students. That is an embarrassing picture. There's a picture. In fact, here, I'll show it to you. It's a picture of kids in a classroom in the United States of America in winter coats. They're in winter coats. We live in a country that we spent over $1 trillion on our recent fighter jet, our most recent fighter jet, the F-35-2. Over $1 trillion. So it's a blank check for that. If you are a corporate lobbyist and you buy these politicians, you get to make policy. So it's endless war. It's a blank check for corporate welfare, whether it's for ExxonMobil or for hedge funds on Wall Street. Blank check, bail them out, no strings attached. Let them give bonuses to proven failure CEOs who bankrupted the company. Don't care. Loot the treasury. I don't give a shit. But we don't even have fucking functioning heat in some of our classrooms for our kids. It's an embarrassment. It's disgusting. They don't. If you're part of the establishment, you don't see straight. You don't get it. You don't see a story like this and connect those dots, and go, oh shit, we got endless money for war and fucking Wall Street and corporate welfare and all that, but we don't have for heat in the classrooms. They don't connect the dots. Well, we're here to connect the dots for you and to show you this is what a rotting empire looks like. That's what this is. And then if you say, well, come on, Kyle, this is an anecdotal example. It was really cold. The things just broke. Well, yeah, the problem is that they fucking broke, is that the infrastructure is so outdated that all it took is a week of really cold weather and then boom, everything is fucking... There were so many water main breaks as a result of the cold. We don't need to have such a shitty infrastructure. So if you say this is anecdotal, I say to you, look at this. This is the infrastructure report card from the Society of Civil Engineers. The U.S. gets a D+. Our infrastructure gets a grade of D+. We're the nation that says we're number one in the world. Number one in what? Number one in incarceration. Number one in obesity. Number one in shitty infrastructure. So I'd be last in infrastructure or whatever the fuck it is. But this, we need to actually fight to fix these things. This is what we really need to do. And a guy like Trump got elected half the time saying, yeah, I'm going to fix this and stop spending on the wars. The other half the time he said he's going to, bomb the pants off ISIS and whatever the fuck. So he's a contradictory mess. But every president pays lip service to we're going to update the, power grid and infrastructure and yada, and they don't do it. Imagine if there were politicians who actually believed in shit, who fought for it, and we didn't just have a handful. It wasn't just, Bernie Sanders and Ro Khanna and Tulsi Gabbard, and, if it was more than that, wouldn't that be wonderful? Wouldn't it be great if we had people who actually fought for these things? Because right now, they don't care. They don't care. It doesn't affect them. They have their own, expensive house, if not mansion. They have their own life with their own private jets that they charter, So it doesn't affect them. They don't care. They're not in fucking LaGuardia Airport when the roof is falling in. They don't give a shit. Gotta fix this stuff, man. It's time for a new deal. It's time for Democratic candidates to run on that. Let's take our infrastructure from a D+ to an A+.